Hello. So as you all are ending module 2, I want you to start looking at the module 4. Now module 4 is just the module going over everything that you need for the research project due at the end of the semester. Next week you'll start module 3, and that's when you'll be asked to set yourself into groups of 4. So just keep an eye out for that. Next week I'll be sending out a Google form or a Google Sheet so that everybody can sign up for their groups and their topics for the research project. So I'm just going to go over all the pages that are here in Module 4 one by one. This might be a lengthy video, but worth watching. So once you click onto Module 4, this will be the first page that you see here. And I'm really just going to read everything that's there and give some feedback along the way. So introduction. In this research module, you will synthesize the information literacy elements explored in modules 1, 2, and 3 and submit a final group research project that explores a topic derived from reading Jessica Salgado's Corazón or a theme from our College 1 curriculum. So along the way through all these modules, you've been doing a lot of readings from the book Corazón and a lot of article readings kind of scattered within the assignments, right? You were learning about different learning styles, different growth techniques, all these things that you've been putting in your assignments about. Excuse me. So you'll either be taking a topic from the readings or from the content that you've been learning about and submitting your final project on that. Now at the end of every module, you've been learning how to do a little bit more of a research project, right? So you'll be applying those skills. So our learning goals. Articulate a clear research question or problem and formulate a hypothesis. Use a Shatford library and other appropriate tools to research a source relevant to your topic. Work collaboratively with peers using listening and communication skills. Reflect on their research, identifying skills learned, strengths, and ways to improve. Some guiding questions along the way. How do I use the information literacy skills of identifying, finding, evaluating, applying, and acknowledging sources of information in a cohesive project? How do I apply problem-solving skills to constructively address research? How do I implement planning and time management skills to complete a collaborative project? That last part is part of the reason why I'm sending out this video this week before you get into groups next week. So you can start managing your time, right? Look ahead and see what the project entails. So the citations in this project have to be in the MLA format. So as you're preparing to present your final research project, you will be asked to follow the MLA 8 citation and documentation. This is a very specific skill that requires practice and effort. Please watch the following videos from our friendly Shatford librarians to help the MLA citations. So the videos are down below. So the first assignment in the module is just a preparation assignment to get you ready for actually submitting your final research project. The purpose of this assignment is to help each group member individually prepare for an online research meeting. With your research group, each member will bring an article that they have found and share it with a group to start bringing your research together into an organized project. Again, you do not have to wait for this the last few weeks of this module to be available, right? This module is actually available now. Okay, you can get started on it as soon as you have your group together. Choose a research text that you personally found for your research assignment. So that could be an article or one of our textbook or maybe one of the articles that we read here, something that you found through the library resources. Share the text with your group. Again, I don't want you to get confused that this text has to be like a book, okay? Each person in your group should choose a different article for this assignment. As you read your article, annotate, clarify, and engage with the text in your own style, especially marking things that help you know the credibility of the article or that cause you confusion. Try to observe your reading process closely and take note of any ways you try to solve problems that you encounter while reading. After you read the article, complete the following research response journal. Follow these directions carefully as they help you learn about the research process. Okay, so again, you're going to be finding these articles, finding these texts that you're going to base some of your research on, share it with each other in your group, and then you're going to be going through this research response journal covering the article that you read. So write a citation. Using MLA style, write a citation for your article. For instance, with citation, please visit MLA style quick guide. So you'll have to already prepare your citation, right? Oftentimes when I would do research projects, it would be one of the last steps, and it would be a more almost complicated step sometimes, how to actually write the citation out. So we want you to be managing your time, getting these things done before the week that it's due. The search process. Describe how you found this article and why you decided to choose it for this assignment. How long did it take? What searching devices did you use? What library database or internet website specifically? What search terms did you try? Which search term were more successful than the others? How did you overcome dead ends to many articles or not knowing your next step? Be sure to mention any services that help you sought out: reference desk, library modules, tutoring friends, and what was it like finding a peer-reviewed journal? Okay, so I'm going to refer back to something up here where it was talking about, as you're reading the article, consider what you are doing, right? Reading isn't just word translate in my brain now, word translate in my brain now. It isn't just this process. It's much more than that. Reading is also the things that you actually do to try to comprehend. It's not just the comprehension itself. So what we want you to do is think about what you're doing as you're trying to comprehend these articles. Okay? A lot of these peer-reviewed journals or peer-reviewed articles are not very friendly to the eye. They can get kind of boring the way that they look and as you're reading them. So think about what you're doing to try to stay engaged with the article itself. All that matters, right? Think about how you're thinking, right? It's called metacognition. Thinking about how you think actually helps you improve the way you think, or the way that you organize, or the way that you analyze or clarify, an article or notes or something that you're reading. So coming back down here, we are making you consider all of this, right? And please don't just say yes, no, I use one word, right? Elaborate with your thoughts, okay? Really think about what processes you took. Now we have reliability. Describe the reliability of the article, okay? Who is the author? And what is it about their experience is noteworthy? You might have to Google and learn a bit more about the author. Okay? What are the author's main ideas? Is the work a broad general overview, or does it cover a specific study? Does the author show any biases? Does it use strong language or represent a very one-sided view of the facts or issue? Response. Explain how this article is connected to your research question. In what ways did you find the work to be useful, interesting, or provocative in your research? If you found that the article is not connected to your research question, explain why it is connected. It is not connected, and what you need to do next in your research with your group. Include 2 golden lines from the article. and explain why these golden lines are important for your research, or important for deciding what the article isn't helpful, or why the article isn't helpful to your research. And so again, maybe you are doing this assignment and you're writing things down, and then you really find out that that article really isn't helpful. Instead of stopping and trying to redo this assignment again, just continue on analyzing the article, and you can explain that realization. Okay, talk about that realization, talk about the next steps. Hey, I'm going to go back to my group. We're going to revisit this article. We're probably going to toss it out and look for a different one that's more related to our question, or more related to our topic. The reading process. So this is, again, talking about what I mentioned earlier. Narrate your reading process once you've found the article. How did you begin your reading of this article? What steps did you take to gain understanding? Explain what you did when things got difficult for you. Be sure to also include any successes that you experienced that helps you see how you were reading problem-solving skills, to see how your problem-solving skills have developed. So maybe the article has some things on graphs and has analyzing some data, right? Some of you are in a statistics course, some of you are in a quantitative reasoning course, or maybe some other math course that can help you. So talk about those things like, hey, I'm glad that I learned a little bit about how to read a graph because this article introduced some data that I wasn't sure I wasn't going to understand or not. So remember, elaborate on your experiences. And then below has the grading criteria that I'm going to look at. And I suggest that you read over that grading criteria. Some of the assignments y'all are turning in are more along the lower point range. And I'm not sure if you're seeing how I'm grading, or you just don't care, but I do want to point that out, that it is there. Okay, so here's the research project. The purpose of this project. Learning to conduct research is a critical skill in many disciplines, and developing this skill early will help you succeed in college. Throughout my time in university and a graduate school, wrote many a research project, and I am glad that I'm a part of this process for you. I'm glad that you get to experience this very early on. There were many classes where I took that the research project wasn't broken down like this. It was just expected. Hey, we want this to be done in this format. Here you go. Good luck. So take advantage of this opportunity, right? Don't wait till the last minute. Take your time. Ask questions. Feel free to reach out to me. Okay. These types of projects are common, and they usually hold a lot of weight, in other subjects. So as I was reading, this assignment gives you practice in essential researching skills, including choosing and narrowing a research topic, formulating a research question, finding and selecting reliable sources using library databases, and selecting information from sources to support your position, and citing sources. In addition, you will practice your collaboration skills by working with a team to create a research artifact. So again, that's going to be part of the project. I mentioned that earlier, that you're going to be put into these groups. Your project, part of it is being in a group. Part of what I am going to be assessing is how you and your group members were able to collaborate with each other. And there's going to be grading in that aspect as well. The task. For this assignment, you will become an expert on a topic connected to Corazon, the text for the class, or any of the themes from the College 1 course, including your research on these case studies. As a way to showcase your work, you, along with all current College 1 students, will present a research artifact, a visual representation of your research. So some of you have already done a little bit of that using Canva, or you did some Google Slide presentation, or some way of showing me your connection to your family, right? All that culture connection project you did earlier. The name of the assignment's leaving my head right now, apologize. But you're going to be showing something visual, okay, and presenting this along, so everybody in College 1 has this assignment. I'm just going to download this document here. So this is the document I recommend you go over, read it over before next week, so you have an idea what you're going to do and start on this project early. Yeah, you're going to have assignments and little things along the way, but maybe you can start doing some of the research at least, or some of the research for the article. And then a couple of weeks down the line, you pick the article, and then you start meeting with your group. Okay. So again, I'm going to be sending out, or actually I'm going to make it part of next week's module, where you're going to start making a group, and once all the groups are set up, I will be contacting everybody in those groups so that everybody has the information they need, and the contact information that you need. Okay, I didn't want to make that completely public with everybody just writing it in there on the same page, but you at least need the contact information of the people within your group. Okay. So I suggest you read over everything here. It goes into more detail what I am looking for while I'm going to grade these projects. Okay, this research assignment. Now I just want to make sure that you see that it does have to be turned in by December 3rd, but it can totally be turned in before that. Okay, if you finish the modules, if you and your group have gone through all the modules, finished all the assignments, or ahead on this research project, and turn in the research project, let's say November 27th or something, I don't know, you can turn it in that day. If you finish before that, that's fine too. But please take your time, space it out, don't rush things. You all have other classes and projects and testings going on. Schedule it, and just make sure that it's done, turned in by December 3rd. So down below you have all the topics that you can research. Now these are all the things that we talked about in this course that include some of the topics that we talked about in the Corazon text. Okay. Alright, so that's it. Feel free to reach out to me. Again, you can find that fourth module down at the bottom. Module 4, Research and Final Project, November 23rd to December 4th. Again, if you plan on turning it in anytime before then, that's totally okay. But please have the reflection done by the 24th and the final project done by the 3rd. Go to some compilation. So congratulations on completing Module 4 in College 1. This final assignment is your opportunity to share what you have learned these past few weeks about yourself as related to the themes explored in Corazon. So here you have the last assignment for Module 4. It's not the research project, but it is some things that we want you to reflect on. Okay. Alright. So that's all for now. I'll be talking to y'all later in the week. Y'all take care.